into every segment this week, different labor leaders across the country will be speaking on the issue of casualization of workers and outsourcing of staff, which is now becoming an ugly trend in the workforce. Join me.
MTN has been operating for a very long time in this country, and I made to understand that they have violated the right of workers, especially the labor laws, precisely the conventions 87 and 98. The right of workers are not observed there. They practice a lot of anti-workers activities in their workplace. An employer that will have his employee for about 12, 15, 16 years on contract basis is just like you are working, putting in your effort and strength, energy, and at the end of the day, if they say go today, you don't have anything to fall back at. They don't work as permanent workers. They don't work under pensions. It's like, as I said earlier, immediately they say go. You don't have anything for that. Their female counterparts are not having the access to things like maternity leaves. You understand? And they work all through. So another thing is that they can employ you today, and it's like a contract basis. 3 months they terminate your appointment and renew the contract so that they will not have permanent workers. It is not done anywhere like that. Presently we have Airtel unionized, which means the issue of casualization there is a bygone. Now, you know, other telecoms in this country believe that MTN is the bigger forum. And since MTN has not been unionized, people like Etisalat, which is 9 Mobile now, Globalcom, they are looking onto MTN. Each time we go onto them, they will point at MTN. What have you done to these ones? Once a worker is not unionized, his rights are denied. There are so many things a worker as an individual cannot walk to his manager to demand for. But by the time you go in a group, that's why you see us. We believe in this very simple slogan, united we stand. So without being unionized, the strength is not there. The worker will not have the boldness, because you can now see that MTN staffs here, they can't do anything. When they have issue here, it is workers, the labor, that's the telecoms union now, that can come and negotiate for them. So without being unionized, automatically they are on their own. The management can treat them anyhow and anyhow. Anytime they fired and hired. And that's why they need union. That's why we want to ensure that we salvage them from this slavery that they have been into. The salary they pay them is not commensurable. As I told you earlier, our counterparts in other countries, their salaries cannot be compared with what our people are taking here. People take maybe about up to 10 times of what our people are taking here. So, but because they don't have a voice that speaks for them here, other ones have it. That's why you see them still taking these peanuts. We believe in the labor movement. One of our slogans against this struggle continues.
I think that so far, the first thing to acknowledge is the action has been successful. And we have tried as much as we can to ensure that the 3 days picketing notice we earlier gave is fulfilled. But I want to believe that MTN, seeing with their eyes that truly labor is resolved in whatever we are doing, we are resolved, and there is no going back. We are not demanding outside the rules. We have said let the worker belong to the union in order to have right to collective bargaining, right to the place of work, right to decide the environment, right like the ILO recognized. And for us, it's a global practice. And MTN, being a host of South Africa, cannot come here to disobey the laws of Nigeria. In South Africa, they belong to trade union. They do things in line with South Africa laws. So they can't come here to take any advantage of any kind to impose anti-labor on the people. We resist them, and we will continue to do so. In Nigeria, no ministry, including Ministry of Labor, is actually living to expectation. The duties of Ministry of Labour include inspection, include checking the rules at the workplace, ensuring safety and health, other standards to be respected at the workplace. But you see the absence of government role has given birth to what you are seeing today. Nigeria Labour Congress and other allies, they are the one now regulating the roles of ministries. It's unfortunate, but we'll continue to do so. Even in other sectors like construction, you see union fighting against casualization. It's not supposed to be the duty of a union to fight for people to be regularized in their employment. But this contract we are awarded on the terms that workers should work with the rules within the sector. But companies, seeing the absence of government, know that we can do and take away of this. And they are getting out of it. But labor unions, like most unions that are actively involved in checking their sector so that they don't have aberrations. And I think NSC is one and the only center that has remained resolute in terms of checkmating activities of all sectors, including fighting for the ordinary Nigerians. NSC is resolved to fight for market women, defend the voiceless. And I think we derive joy in doing this. And we will continue until MTN bow. We are not demanding them to give us anything. We are saying open the door for the law to flow in your company. And they have no choice. As a matter of fact, this is phase one. If they fail to do what is expected of them, the next action, there will be a total shutdown, because those masks that provide network, they are protected by workers. So you can't have network flying around Nigeria while we are protesting. No, if they fail to take advantage of this 3 days warning picketing, definitely take it on behalf of NSC, they will certainly lose, because there will be total shutdown. The network cannot function in this country because there must be rules and regulation for every sector to operate. I think a part of the things that we encourage and advocate is that every union, including the center, NSC, should ensure that it's not just fighting MTN. We should look beyond today's struggle. What you are saying MTN should do right, you should also check in other sectors. Where things are done wrong, we must fight them. There is no sentiment when it comes to struggle for better life. So it's part of our objective to ensure orderliness in the workplace. It's part of our duty to ensure that rules are regulated. And for me, going forward, we will make sure that no sector is left untouched. We will do everything legitimately forceful to ensure that workers' rights are respected in the workplace, and above all, decent wage will be paid.
This started in October last year, during the Work Decent Day. We picketed MTN Abuja. The management complained to us, pleaded with us, that their management at the headquarters will see to it. Meeting was arranged, even with the intervention of NECA, but the meeting broke down. So MTN Nigeria is not ready for unionization of our members. So they have been enjoying casualization, and they have been gaining from casualization. And globally, going by ILO convention and labor law of this country, all they have been doing is against whatever that can be regarded to as labor-friendly activities in the workplace. Let us say, for instance, early this year when we were in Ethiopia, we were being accused by our colleagues from South Africa, the headquarters of MTN, that the kind of policy introduced by MTN Nigeria, they are about bringing it down to South Africa. And when they kicked against them, they even said, why must you be kicking against us? That the money we use to service you in South Africa is being generated in Nigeria, and that in Nigeria we have made it ungovernable for they have made it impossible for us to unionize MTN workers in Nigeria. So on this note, it is a challenge to us. If the money that is being generated here is used to service the continent, the money that is generated in Nigeria is used to service the continent. In fact, to us, apart from the fact that, one, the ILO conventions is against casualization. Two, we have discussed with the federal government. We have sent letters to them. NECA is aware of this, and the management of MTN, not only in Nigeria, even overseas, are aware of our struggle. A worker that is casualized has no future, no job security, no leave bonus, no gratuity, no pension. Then if you are engaged today, which has been the usual habit of MTN, if you are engaged today, after 3 months, they will disengage you. And then you now reapply afresh. You now be re-engaged as a fresh casual. After 3 months again, you are disengaged. After 10 years, you are due for pension and gratuity. But somebody that has been working as a casual for 40 years, imagine. And then the worst part of it is this. If a colleague of ours in South Africa with the same certificate, the same grade level, if in Nigeria is earning 50,000 naira, in South Africa is earning over 200,000 naira. This analysis we compared, and we said it's a solid case for us in Nigeria here. So that is why we have started with MTN. And we're not stopping on MTN alone. So we are going back to drawing board. So they have been making overtures to us that they wanted to meet with us so that we can resolve amicably. The point we are driving at is simple. The point is stop casualization. Go for decent work. Treat our members like staff. Stop paying them, stop treating them as slaves in our fatherland. You know, it is annoying if somebody can come from South Africa to our own land here, apart from this company evading taxation. So, two, maltreating our members here, what we are saying, it is unacceptable.
And that's all we can take on today's edition of the program. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the show. I am Sharon Ichason. Thanks for watching, and remember, labor creates wealth.